We find out that how Miles got turned into a vampire. Fucking Blade bit his neck clean wide open. This is what Miles looks like right now. He kind of looks like Noel with this fucking Venom saber too. He looks pretty bitchin' as a vampire. This is Miles Morales Spider-Man issue 21 Blood Hunt tie-in. And by the way, like I said, all these tie-ins for Blood Hunt have been fucking amazing. And I think it's because they're little side stories to the main plot with Blade and this Blood Coven, which I think is a cool take to this like Blood Hunt series that a lot of other series don't do this. We pick up at the end of last issue of Blood Hunt pretty much, right? Where Briella runs away after finding out her father, Blade, becomes a vampire. Dracula tells pretty much Briella like, listen, I'm the Lord of the Vampires right now, but I need you. You're the reason, or like, you know, the only device to fight Blade off. And she just runs off again. And so Miles tells Dracula, like, hey, listen, man, this is Brooklyn. This is my city. I need to go find my family and I need to save people. And Dracula's like, fine, but be quick. In Brooklyn, right, it's fucking like a war zone, right? And these family are here, this mother and her son are being chased by vampires. Miles comes in, he gets slapped in the mouth, doesn't do shit though, and he beats the fuck out of these vampires and then pulls out the Venom saber, stabs it, blows it up. The mother and the child are freaked the fuck out that Miles looks like this. She's like, you're not Spider-Man. And so they run up to a building and Miles seals it off because he understands that like he's a vampire now, so people are gonna think he's an enemy, but he's really not. So when he swings off, right, he's trying to call his family, but you know, the emergency broadcast system is on, which is typical. Everyone's probably calling their loved ones, so he doesn't get an answer. But then he starts feeling tired of Woozy, and it's because the spell of the Doctor Strange that with the Ogre of Agamotto, it pretty much makes it so he doesn't become a full-fledged vampire and seeks for blood, but also is like turning him like very tired and stuff to fight off the infection. Miles knocks out, right? Then he has like a glimpse or a vision of what happened, and we get to see it, right? And he's fighting these vampires off, but Blade shows up and what we saw in Blood Hunt issue 1. Miles asks Blade, like, is it Ramir? Is Ramir doing this? He's like, nah, this is way too, like, the way too organized for this. This is not Ramir. And Blade pretty much tricks him, and so Miles' spider sense doesn't get off in time to where Blade bites him in the neck and then it gets infected. Miles punches him back and starts fighting, and they actually have a good, you know, sword fight right here. And Blade even tells Miles that your sword fighting skills have improved a lot, which is kind of cool for versus battles. Miles is dodging all this shit and he keeps asking Blade, why are you doing this? And Blade's like, to turn everyone to a vampire again. So Blade choke slams Miles, and Miles is about to release a Venom Blast. It's too late though. The infection had gone through Miles pretty much, so Blade can control him. So this is what happens to the Blood Hunt and the Doctor Strange issues. And Miles is falling down currently, right? And hits the floor and starts rolling over, but then someone shows up. That person is Hightail. If you guys don't know Hightail's like a speedster who's pretty much the main villain for Spider-Man for this current run. Cool character, by the way. Hightail tells Miles like, hey, Ramir is back, and I feel like his presence nearby, because even though I got cured, like I said, I can still feel his presence, so follow me, we're gonna fight Ramir. They go to several blocks away into this power plant, and we see a bunch of these vampires doing like a ritual to bring back Ramir, and Hightail and Miles stop the ritual from happening. This power stone, whatever, to bring back the energy of Ramir, and one of the vampires have to sacrifice himself, like their physical body, to bring him back, and Miles is pretty much webs it up so they can't take it. But the vampires cut through the webbing and cut the stone right in half, releasing Ramir, and the vampire's like, take my body, Ramir. Oh, Ramir comes back, and it's to be continued. So now we're going to be seeing Ramir fighting back Hightail and Miles again. So I'm really excited about this, guys. This is kind of crazy that Miles is a vampire. I wonder how long he's going to be a vampire.